probe.
or any other thing.
International companies' attention is on this probe. There are many world leaders whose attention is on this probe. Of course, multiple foreign nationals, but also on board this aircraft, which is why those kind of statements have come in from, of course, Keir Starmer, Donald Trump, and others who have said that their authorities are also available if indeed needed. But Captain Randhawa, quickly bringing you in here, I believe you are back with us now. I was trying to bring you in here earlier on this probe, on the parameters of it. What all really will be on the table for these individuals who are part of this probe committee? They've been given a time of 3 months. That probe has now officially started. What do you believe will be the parameters of this probe and the modalities really of trying to get to the bottom of what happened?
See, as far as the accident is concerned, it's extremely tragic. And Air India, this is the second accident which is happening after a span of, I would say, 47 years. 47 years back, we had the Emperor Ashoka crashing off the Bombay coast, 747 aircraft, which had instrument failure, and that was attributed to pilot error. Now, after that, this is the first crash which has occurred. Of course, Kanishka, we cannot call it anything to do with aircraft or the pilot. It was, it blasted in the air. So after 47 years, this crash has occurred. I would say that Air India's safety record has been very, very good. And they've been very professional engineers. So I overrule a few things like the sabotage part, and secondly, the component failure. Now, though you cannot have two components on the two different engines failing at the same time, it's improbable. The factors which are associated with the Ahmedabad airfield, I have done hundreds of flights to Ahmedabad on a wide body aircraft like 777 and 310, and I've done a lot of training flights. It is infested with birds. And Air Marshal Srivastava said that these engines are quite capable of taking the high bypass engines, and even if the chicken goes as per him and nothing will happen. No, I do not agree. Even a small FOD, like a stone, can go and damage the compressor and the turbine blades. So we cannot overrule a bird hit at Ahmedabad, because Agra and Ahmedabad are two known airfields in this country infested with birds. The second point is there could have been a fuel contamination with water. This flight came from Delhi, and what happens is the fuel is there in the wings. The aircraft is flying over 35,000 feet. Now, the wings become cold, and there is some type of condensation which takes place in the wings, and cold soak, and some water may get contaminated. There will be some water content in the fuel which is there in the wings. However, when this aircraft is uplifted the fuel at Ahmedabad, there the fuel check before the refueling, the engineer checks out for any water contaminant or other contaminants in the fuel. So one very rare possibility, one in a 10 million chance that there is some water droplets which have gone and which have seized both the engines, which is a very, very rare possibility. The third one is that if we see right from the takeoff, the gear is down till the crash, the gear is down. I think instead of the gear going up, when they realized maybe before the autopilot is taken,
Yes.
is selected on,
Right.
or before that, the pilot in command may have given the command of gear up. So the first officer inadvertently may have raised the flaps. And if the flaps are raised at so low level, the aircraft must be doing an assumed temperature takeoff or a DA-10 takeoff.
Yeah.
And with gear down, I do not know that the aircraft can recover in 200-300 feet.
Now, since you've raised that
Minimum you'll
point,
require.
now since you have raised that point, let me get in, Captain. But